Oh, there we go. We live now, sis.
We
Hey, good
live,
morning,
live. All right.
sis.
Good morning, player. How you doing this morning?
Girl, I'm fine and highly favored. What they say, blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored. I can't complain. Won't do no good no way. Old lady told me that. How you doing? I'm fair to middling. I like
Oh,
all
I
them old
remember that's
sayings.
old school. I remember hearing that from elders. That's hella old school. I
Right?
am blessed and
Fair to
highly
middling.
favored. How your weekend been, sis?
It's been a busy, busy weekend. But it was a good weekend. Hung out at my brother's a little bit, watched a movie outside, was pretty chill. Kids got to swim. Had to deal with that band stuff, girl. Band is expensive, but it was cool. And it's a lot more black kids this year. I know but my son was maybe one of four black kids out of 77 kids in the band last year. And that's including
Ooh,
marching, symphonic jazz, and concert band. And I saw a little bit more, color, some melanin this year. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, and then want to see a dear friend that's in the hospital. I know everybody, whoever knows Cleo Cartel, please lift her in prayer. She could use it. Put one in the air for her. Send her some well wishes and good vibrations. How
that's
about
what's
you?
up.
What was your weekend? Oh, look what I'm drinking out of today. The
What?
mug that you brought me, and it
That's
says "Be
what's
your
up,
own
sister.
kind of beautiful." Drink it out of my mug.
Oh, that's what's up, sis.
How was your
Uh,
weekend?
it was good. It was very cleansing. It was a good weekend, so
Mm,
I'm very grateful.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna jump into a lot of stuff in the news. But was there anything in the news for you that really stuck out for you, Khadijah?
There was a
That
couple
you
of
was
things.
like,
One thing for me was the eviction thing. Like I know they're
"Look at
doing
that."
the post COVID. They're doing the post COVID evictions now, so people have not paid rent in like 18 months. And
Wait, you
COVID,
say
the
post
restrictions have
COVID?
been. Yeah, this is after COVID.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
post COVID. Yeah, so now that the 18 months people have not paid their rent, some people in this particular apartment complex or neighborhood or whatever had not paid their bills, their rent in 18 months. Now they're going forward with the evictions. So they're out protesting saying, this discrimination, systematic racism because they're being evicted from their residence. But COVID restrictions have been lifted for so long. And they just have not been paying their rent. So
I mean,
yeah, that's been
that
interesting
just
for me in
sounds
the
crazy.
news.
You
Yeah.
know that sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, well, yeah, of course. But that's what's in the news. That's one thing that caught my attention in the news. Um, that was just something because I
How
got a
do
lot of
you
inboxes
not
about
pay
that.
rent for 18 months though?
Oh, good question. Good question. Because I paid mine. So I don't know, but that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I know when COVID had first started, people wasn't working, so of course they had, you couldn't be evicted. You didn't have to pay your rent, but you did have to make up those payments. So I don't know what made them think that they were going to be able to live there and not make up those payments. So, oh, you got a video of it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's
So I
see.
don't
Let's
know.
see. Let me see if you can hear. You should be able to hear this, but let's just see. Uh oh.
Because if it is, what you been doing with your money? Okay, let me tell y'all, and y'all can leave y'all comments and tell me what you think. Tomorrow, August the 1st, is the deadline for these tenants to pay the back rent of 18 months for COVID, y'all. Please listen to these dates carefully. They have to pay the back pay of 18 months, but that's not the first because they still ain't paying rent. The second deadline is for them to pay from October of 2021 through January of 2023. And y'all, they don't even have to pay that until February of 2024. They're protesting allegedly, but well, they said it on here. They don't have none of it, y'all. They don't have the rent. They have not paid rent in all these years, and they don't have it. And they're protesting because of this deadline coming up, and they can get evicted. What you been doing with your money? You got to pay something. You got to pay something. You can put five on it, something. Y'all can't stay for free.
Five on it.
Please, if you know something different, please tell me this can't be true. Because y'all know y'all can't stay for years free now. So please leave, come in the comments and let me know you are a resident and I am understanding it wrong. But y'all is here
According
saying
to you
y'all ain't
both, we're
got
talking.
nothing.
Oh Lord.
What's
Okay,
your
let me stop
opinion on it?
right
My
there.
thing is this. Okay, even if you wasn't working, you have to pay where you stay. Either you're paying the rent, you're paying the mortgage, you're paying something. You pay stand at a hotel, you're paying the motel, a hotel fee. You have to pay for where you stay. So the fact that these people want this long, and then yeah, I don't know. I don't. The lady said you could put 5 on it.
Sometimes you got to
I
hear
got
that from black
5
folks.
on it.
Sometimes you got to
Hey,
hear that from us. In
I
that
don't.
manner, because probably the people who owe
Absolutely.
that back rent understand that language. Um,
Hmm.
I don't really understand. I don't know. I mean, I definitely think they should pay their rent, definitely.
We have a
But I also
comment.
think
Miss
we
Etta
have
said, oh, you took
produced.
the comment back down.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I put it back up. Sorry. Go ahead.
Miss Etta said, I agree. Oh, that's LaDonna Serena Mama. Hey, Miss Etta. I agree with what have you been doing with the rent money. Exactly. You have to pay. Now, I wonder with the rent money, like, do they have like a fixed savings? Do they go on vacations? Like, what did they do with their rent money? What did they do with it?
I
And who
don't
did
know.
they think was going to pay the rent? Who did they think was going to pay the rent?
I think we have a subculture that now is a major culture. See, when you have subcultures, you really can't they don't equate to anything. You don't bet on them for anything. They're just like a
Break
subculture.
down for people what a subculture is. People
Okay,
don't
so like
understand
for
what that
instance,
means.
I'm
What
gonna
is
give
a
you this is the best way
subculture?
I could put it. So for instance, selling weed, that was a
Hmm.
subculture. Now it is a
Got you.
major business. So it's no longer sub.
For that.
Like it's no longer you can sell a dime bag and whatever. Now you people have a whole factory, they have a whole store, they have a now and those are most of
Dispensaries.
the
Yeah, I got you.
dispensaries
Yeah.
are owned by white people, let's be honest. But when it
Hmm.
was a subculture and people could go to jail, it was black people.
Hmm.
So I think now we have a subculture that's become a mainstream culture. When all these people
Gotcha.
bought into protesting and I don't want to be accountable, I don't want to pay rent, I don't want but though they want to make the police department accountable. The
Hmm.
police beat
Hmm.
somebody ass with everybody in the street. Knowing that the person man needed their ass whooped. I'm not trying to be funny. Because you wouldn't whoop their ass. But then you got mad when the white people showed up and whoop their ass. So now we're gonna protest that. But if we talked about protesting, say, killings in our own community, if we say protesting parents not coming to PTA meetings and checking out what's going on with their kids and go up to the school, make sure their kids get their work done, or if we used to say protesting parents who don't help their kids do their homework, sit down, make sure they do their homework, like shit like that. But we will protest shit like not paying rent for 18 goddamn months. In case y'all
And
didn't
I
know,
think that was the
year,
that was
that's
the
a
kicker
year.
for
How
me.
many months is that? A year or 5 months? And I bet you none of those people
A
got to
year
say
and 6 months.
6
A
months.
year
I'm
and six
sorry.
months.
Yeah. So I bet you none of those people saved any of the money. They probably was out here living a best goddamn life for $500 extra a month of how much they rent is.
No
Never
lies
thought about
detected. No lie. I think for me it was the audacity to want the community and people to come out and protest of you not paying your bills and splurging and chilling with your money for 18 months. I think protesting has now become um an escape for people who are not doing what they gotta do. So I think if they get upset about something and this thing's not going their way, we're going to protest. Even if the protest is bullshit and it's about nothing, they will go protest just to not be able to accept accountability.
it.
Protest is in place of accountability, and I ain't
I
gonna be able
think
to do it.
I also believe that we got protesting twisted because it definitely wasn't what our ancestors were doing when they protest.
And what
Not
were
to
they
mention,
protesting for?
but they
They
were
were not
protesting.
protesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they were protesting for shit that was vital for us to survive and live and maintain. They were not protesting to go to a school with somebody, or to live in to eat broccoli and Brussels sprouts. You know what I mean? They were protesting for shit that could end there, that our lives were we couldn't live, we couldn't grow, we couldn't manifest things. They were protesting for something totally different than what the hell I'm not protesting to get somebody out of prison that killed 10 people because his mom was alcoholic. I'm not going to that protest. And that's what we protest now. We protest things that a lot of things that we protest are things that we are our own selves are accountable for. It's
yeah.
behaviors that we display that we didn't want people to come and condone the stuff that got us in the situation that we're in. Oh, Londa, I don't know. Oh, there we go. My camera had just shut off. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't. I don't know. I think protesting now has become, it's almost become a sport. It's like people going to go bike riding. They playing protest like do bike rides. It's become a sport. It's entertainment. It's to get recognized. It's to get attention. It's not, they not protesting shit. Important. Some people,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna
in
tell
my
you
opinion.
something. We should be protesting. I'm trying to get my video together. So hold on a minute. I don't know what his damn video went to. Hold on, sister.
Take your time.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, I think. Okay, let me make sure this is the right one. What does it say? People just sending me texts and shit. Stop, so I can see. Okay, so hold on. I'm about to play this as soon as I get it up. I think I wonder why. Hold on. Let me make sure. Maybe it's this one. Here it is. Okay, I'm about to share this.
Oh my goodness.
Let me back this up. Here's what we should be protesting.
Wait a minute. Look at the kid. Look at the kids in the middle. What is going on here?
Okay. What are we watching?
Ooh, let's unpack the.
What is this?
I don't. Yeah, that's scary is what I'm watching. I'm
What
watching a
is
horror
this?
movie.
I mean, what is this? Why would somebody look at the stuff these kids? They got on lace.
I don't. Yeah, they got on. They got on Mary
yeah.
Jane girl clothes. They got a Vanity Six clothes. They look like. I don't understand
Notice
the need to have
notice how
our
respectable.
children.
Notice how nicely the boys are dressed. They're dressed like
If you
little
go
boys.
to the comments, some of the comments said these spaz tell girls.
It was some of the
What
comments
I
right
think.
here.
What some of the.
Can you see those comments?
And this, yeah, that's not funny.
This one's comment says, "Not funny. These adults need to get a life. Lead children play. Yeah, lead children play.
These
And
adults
then
should all have a CPS case. They should that no kid should be in there grinding each other, insinuating sexual activities and sexual movements. Every adult in that room that's watching this and condoning it should have a CPS case. That's what should be happening. I don't understand the need to push our children into adulthood so fast. I don't understand the need to um even when they dress the kids up with halter tops and like grown people clothes. I don't understand the need for our young people to be adults so quickly. I don't get it. I don't understand why we pushing sex on them, even through sexuality and gender. Why are we pushing sexual orientation, sex, anything on our children? What happened to playing hopscotch? Why they even in there having a dance recital? Like what? They look like they what 5, 6, 6, 7? Like what? Why are they even in there for what? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
when I look
I
at
don't
this
get it.
video, I just think you have to. So for me, the boys' faces like the girls are really
They don't even
doing
want to do the
like
shit.
they're really the boys. Just look at the boys. The boys are moving back and forth. All of the main shit is coming
The
off of the
boys are
little
doing
girls.
exactly what the men do right now as adults. Right now, when
Yeah,
you turn on something, the girl would be looking like she's the aggressor. The guy just standing there. They doing exactly what they see older men do when the women are doing that. They're both the young girls and the young men are emulating and imitating the adults that they are around. That's what you see.
I just think this is
This
shameful.
is yeah, can you take this video off? This is making my stomach hurt. Like, what the hell? Like,
I just feel like I think I'm just shocked. Let me get to some of the comments, Khadijah. Go ahead.
$500 a month. We back to the COVID, the rent stuff. $500 a
Oh,
month
good.
would be 9,000 saved to pay the rent. All the dollars the government gave to unemployed and those adversely affected by COVID went where? Exactly. Forgot about the COVID money. They got that too. Yeah, Miss Etta, I don't know. That's a great question. That's a great question. These babies are doing what they see the adults doing. The adults buy the clothes. Exactly. The adults buy the clothes. They play. They pay for the whole place that they in to have the music and the event. They pay for the whole place. That's sick to me. That's child pornography in the beginning. That's what
I
the hell
agree.
that is.
I agree. And I also believe, I also see too, Khadijah, I can see how this will factor into their young adult lives when we talk about kids
Absolutely.
being sexually active at 12 or being sexually assaulted at a very young age, where
Mhm.
adults see children that look like that, like it's okay because we're almost kind of giving our stamp that it's okay.
Absolutely.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
Uh-huh.
I just think it's
Mhm.
sick as shit. I'm gonna give you another example. So that's all. I just seen that was like, wow. And parents will debate you all day that there's absolutely nothing wrong with what their kids are doing. They just kind of being themselves. Then it gives sick motherfuckers like this old bag.
Former
She
teacher
looking at
faces up to
600
600
years.
years
I'm like, what fucking state is she
sexually
in?
assaulting a 14-year-old student. Well, I'm glad she got discovered because so often they look for men to be perpetrators and pedophiles and women. I'm so glad it got discovered because there's some sick women in this world too. And
Yes.
men always are the ones that get the brunt of it. Not that they are not sick, some sick men in there, but there are a lot of women who prey on young people, and they just go overlooked because they're women. When you have a woman who only want to hang with her kids' friends, I put an eyeball on where are your adult friends? When you want to hang out with the mama needs some whoop ass. Yes, she do, Miss for sure. But yeah, this lady right here, I'm surprised, but I'm not shocked.
She's
And I'm
got
not
to be
surprised
like in Arkansas or somewhere because 600 years that ain't no like
that ain't
California,
California.
New
She went got
York.
out
That's
on
like that's like
yeah,
Iowa, some shit like that. Gotta
Wisconsin.
be.
It's Wisconsin.
What I
It
tell
says
you, somewhere
Wisconsin
like
70,
that.
and she's
That
74. Lord Jesus.
600 years. 600 years. I
Yep,
think she deserved all the 600 she gonna get. She probably only
absolutely.
gonna be able to do 10, but shit,
If she do
just
any,
give her.
but it
Yeah,
would be
she
great.
if she doing. You ain't never lied, Khadijah. But I also think seeing that last video, I'm just saying, like it's just how we see our children is kind of scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know,
You see a child as a sex object, something's really, really wrong. Something's really, really, really wrong. If you look
and
at a child and you
I
get
don't
turned
think
on.
there's no cure for shit like that. But that's just me.
And I worked in a JSO program, juvenile sex offender program, for 16 years, and the majority of them reoffended. Even the ones that did everything by the book and sent out the therapy sessions that scored high on their reoffend um, questionnaire and all that, the possibility most of them I say probably 90% reoffended and became adult sex offenders. Sybil says, "Hey, Sybil, these poor babies are the ones that wind up on the host role and being victims sexualized way too early." Absolutely, because they already learned. Well, Sybil, we worked in it. They already learning right now that their body is not theirs. Their body belongs to their parents and the adults that got them in there moving sexually and doing sexual dances. So you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely, and those are also the babies that think their only asset is their body. That's the scary part. A lot of these young black girls think that the only thing that they have control over is what's between their legs, and that's their
That's
power.
what's up.
That's sad. Mother arrested after cops discovered her 10-year-old son in garbage can in the garage. Whoa. Says he was in the trash for 7 months. So yeah, she needs to. And for people like that, I get some of my feelings. Like stuff like this, death penalty. Death penalty. Why should certain people go to jail for hundreds upon hundreds of years? Death penalty. That's what I say. You're her child, her own child. Not that you killed, but your own child. That's yeah, death penalty. And
You
not
know,
no, not
Khadijah,
death penalty for
I
15
agree.
years. We need some type of system in place where the death penalty is like 3 to 4 years. So and then this shit will end. But when they keep on, when they get to be locked up for 70 years,
Mm.
yeah, the death penalty to come back. Uh
I'm always really shocked when I see women doing real stupid shit like this. Like we live in America, she could have turned her kids over. She could have dropped the kids off at the church. I mean, he could
the
have been a
fire
demon.
station,
You
the
didn't have to kill.
hospital.
Yeah,
Yep.
like what the hell will make you do some shit like that? I mean, that just clearly don't make no damn sense.
Uh,
It don't
and I
make no
was
sense.
wondering the backstory on this. If the baby was missing for that many months, like what's the backstory? What's the back? That's a
Yeah.
long time for somebody to be missing. If I don't see little kids in my family or hear something like, "Where's so and so at?" They think grandma's okay. When they come, where's everybody at? This baby was missing for all those months, and nobody thought to think where he was at.
They
You
said
know,
this is Rock Island, New York, where this happened. and the boy's name was Zion.
Rest in peace to Zion.
I
Rest in
don't. I
peace. How
something's
sad.
clearly. If people don't think something's wrong with this world, y'all is sadly mistaken. Something's totally wrong. This how you know that something's wrong. This next little piece I'm gonna show you. I seen this and
Oh,
damn near fell out laughing. Hold on, I'm about to get it up for you. This next piece here. You know it's in the end of the world when white men are complaining that all the years in St. Louis, since St. Louis been St. Louis and San Francisco, they've always had a white goddamn a white
police
chief.
chief.
You mean one white man didn't get the job, and he gonna talk about some racial discrimination? His whole life has been
Hey.
racial discrimination against people. Look at this fat head motherfucker. Look like he just looked like
Hey.
to the moon, Alice. He just looks like, dude, come on. Because he
Why
white.
shouldn't he be able to use discrimination? But yeah,
My
I
thing
mean,
is, when white people talk
white
about
men
discrimination,
always
I know. Go ahead.
he was never up to par with white people. See, that's this when they start using this kind of stuff, he was never up to par with his own people. He probably was always he looked like he might have been a little delayed or something. So he probably got that lieutenantship. You know, you never know how he got that. This world is filled with people. Yes, yes, it is, Michelle. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they use stuff like this, to me, it's just attention. He just wants attention. He know good and goddamn well he wasn't promoted because the other white man that got promoted probably was a little bit more qualified and they probably liked him better. I bet you a black man didn't get picked over him.
Well,
I'm gonna have to look that up. I bet you it wasn't.
I just
Because he
thought
would have
this
said
shit
that.
was
He would have
funny.
said that.
Yeah.
Bet you it wasn't no black
He
person.
said he also claimed that the city has a history. This fool. This says the city of St. Louis for racial discrimination alleged that he was not promoted to police chief because he was white. He also claimed that the city has a history of racial discrimination against department employees, both African American and Caucasian. Now, when the hell has discrimination included both white people and black people? Like, you mean it's discrimination when you keep getting promoted to get shit because you white? That's discrimination now?
He made lieutenant, y'all. He was a lieutenant. He just mad he didn't make that chief. You know how he think he an all-star football player, they don't make the college team. That's what he mad at. He didn't make the college cut. He didn't make the cut to go off the he was a high school football star. He thought he was gonna go off to college. He thought he was a lieutenant doing good, he was gonna be chief, and it didn't happen. Now he crying foul. Ain't nothing wrong with that man. Ain't nobody discriminate against him. Nobody's no, not
I
at all.
think I was just shocked. Now I'm gonna jump over I'm gonna do one more thing before we go to the talking about Africa, because we are gonna talk about Africa a little bit today. But I got this one right here shocked the hell out of me because I know a lot of black women who are principals who do phenomenal jobs. I don't know what the fuck got into this sister's head. I don't know.
Greed.
Her braids don't look
Called
too
greed.
tight, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes your braids can be kind of tight. They can fuck with your brain and you can't really think, But what will possess her to take? What vacation did she take for 4K? For 40K, excuse me.
Well, it says vacations. Put a plural on that. So she wants this. She had some fun with that 40K. That's nothing but greed. That is absolute greed and stupidity. Did she not think 40? It wasn't 4,000, not 400, not $40. 40,000 of school funds. She didn't think nobody was gonna notice 40 grand. Like, that's just straight up greed and stupidity. I wonder who she took with her though. I know her family. Like, I thought she was paying for this trip.
Shut your ass up.
And she probably splurged and took some of her family there. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, y'all. So yeah, she probably took family members and everything.
Shocked
So
that she would even have the audacity to do something like that. Because that's a lot of money. And my friends who are principals, they be stretching things out to make sure they can cover this and cover that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and then because they black principals, they be watching their ass like a hawk. You know what I mean? So it's like, where did she find the time to even do some shit like this? You know what I'm saying?
Probably the one that go to church and steal out the offering basket.
Shut your mouth up.
I'm just being honest. She probably one of them people that steal out the offering basket because you don't go. A first time thief is not stealing 40,000. She stole 40,000 from the school. That ain't her first time stealing shit.
Can't argue with that.
40,000? Hell no. They better go back to some of her other jobs and investigate. All of that education down the drain because of greed. Absolutely. All those years of school, yeah, down the drain. Because I wouldn't hire your ass to do nothing. You
Yeah,
couldn't,
God
yeah.
forbid.
She couldn't even be a
God
janitor at the school. She
forbid.
might steal the cleaning supplies. She wouldn't be able to get shit from me.
Shut your mouth up, Khadijah. She makes
Nathan.
sense.
She
All
wouldn't be able
right,
to get anything from
let's.
me, seriously.
No, you right on, sis. Let's jump to this real quick because
President.
I've been taking the temperature on this, and some of us are like so in Africa. Okay, let me say this. So in Africa, like they supposedly in the late 50s, early 60s, 70s, these countries has supposedly gotten their independence from their former colonial power, which would be like France and Spain and yada yada. But years later, what's that like 100 years later? I don't know where we at. 75 years later, 65 years later, these people are still paying money to their colonial powers. So along comes Vladimir Putin. Not Vladimir, is that him? Yes.
Vladimir Putin. You have to say it.
Say it, right?
Vladimir.
So here he
Vladimir Putin.
is, them and China. So I don't want to leave China out the fray. They have been in Africa for a minute, good 10, 11 years. But see, they're not just there. They're not bringing aid. So let's get this straight. They're not just bringing aid. They're teaching these African countries how to build their military. Because in order for you to sustain peace in your country, I don't know where niggas of people who are peaceful think they can be in America being peaceful without us having the military. They're trying to get their military straight. They're also helping them to build factories inside of their own countries where they can take advantage of their own resources, basically. So now comes some younger cats who are coming into power. Some through a coup, some through whatever. And they're like 34, 40. They're young because usually the presidents in Africa are real old ass people who probably shouldn't be governing shit, but maybe Geritol or some shit. And they're like, they telling those colonial powers, fuck y'all. Like, get out our country and we don't want no more shit from you, and you ain't getting no more of our natural resources. So France right now is the first target. And the US, because the US is, because I think they've been telling the US to kiss their ass, but now there's like more, now you have, and mainly these are Africans who live outside of Africa, gonna tell you they fears on shit, even though they live over here. It's like
I haven't even heard too many African Americans talking about this.
They should be, because our revolution, that's them trying to get their life back. Our shit is very basic. Stop feeding the government. Our shit is very basic. Like, stop buying $1,000 hair weaves. Stop buying your kids shoes and your kids can't fucking read. Be accountable at your kids' school. Plant a garden on the side of your house or on the back of your house. Our shit in America is very, very simplistic, but we pay for wants and beg for needs. That's why people is begging for a need, which is housing. But I bet you all the motherfuckers got nice clothes on and shoes and hair done and everything else.
Nice cars.
Those are all wants.
Yep.
So my thing is, go African countries. Stand up for yourself. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be perfect, but the shit ain't perfect right now. Y'all getting gaffled right now. Let's look at Haiti. Haiti is the way it is because they freed themselves from the French. But like,
and let's look at the amount, 684 million.
Yeah.
First
of all, he forgave $23 billion. 23 billion that African countries owed Russia, and then turned around Somalia and forgave their $684 million. In Africa, I mean, we sent that much over in the billions to Ukraine. We sent triple that to Ukraine for the war.
Real talk.
But you don't have reparations.
What do you think Putin's reasoning for this is? You think he's using them as well? Yeah, go on, rub your hands together. What you think the plan is?
I think that Putin is that's a smart thing to do. If I'm at war with somebody and I know that the person I'm at war with got other enemies, I'm gonna figure out how we can come together and get rid of our big enemy. Then we can go back to war. White people do this all the time. Like skinheads and rednecks don't like each other, but as soon as they see your black ass coming, these motherfuckers as thick as thieves. And then after they get rid of us, then they go back to doing their little bullshit dance.
Yeah.
The other thing is, all those colonial powers have been enslaving these people for over 500 years. Putin ain't, the Russians ain't never enslaved the African. So I'd rather go with this fool to get rid of the 500-year one who I can never get, 500th century I can never get rid of. I think that's very smart of Putin. And I think if Africans were smart, they will go ahead and go for freedom with the lesser of two evils. This is literally the lesser of two evils. Literally.
Absolutely. Michelle said, I am proud of the African people who are standing up to the colonial powers. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I also think we're going to see the enemies inside.
Yeah, because everybody, because the enemies inside are not going to want that to happen.
Right.
They're
cool with their 2 cents.
Yeah. And they've been coming up off of it. See, a lot of people don't want nothing to change. They come up off the little kibbles and bits. They don't want nothing to change. So with some people over there that's in power.
What would be our equivalent as black? What would be black people's equivalent to this in the U.S. in terms of people not wanting, like us, still wanting black people to vote for the Democrats?
Well, yeah, the black people that feel like we should only be Democrats, they gotta go. That's crazy. That would be equivalent for sure. Even those who try to strong arm us into who we think should be president. It's like they think we all have to agree on the same type of leadership. You know what I mean? And no, because we all have different needs. See, you both are somebody that can that is aligned with your needs and your ideology, and and half the people, they want us to all align, with what they think, with the majority, with the masses.
I agree.
I could never see this happening in America, though. I can't see American telling people we don't want your stuff, or Black Americans saying no, we're not shopping there anymore, we're not doing this. I can't see us. I think it's hard for us to separate from white folks.
I agree, because I think some of us really, I think most of us really need them. I mean, we be trying to claim them, being mixed with them like it's a benefit. That's how sick that shit. I've never met a Jewish person who ever talked about being mixed with somebody that was a Nazi. Never.
Yeah.
And the Nazis probably raped Jewish people. Let's just be honest. But they do not claim the motherfucker. They is not gonna claim the rapist. They just not gonna do it. But we be the ones like, oh yeah, I have white ancestry from slavery, motherfucker, from slavery. Ain't no white man walking around.
And then we have those who mix with them on purpose, so their family can get lighter and lighter and look less melanated. So that we have that intentional. Some of the people that's the most Black, kids only go to school with white people. Kids only date white people. All their friends' kids is white. So people, at one point we could say, maybe slavery, but now it's a choice. People are willingly laying down with these people to breed children whose hair is not thick and coarse, whose lips are not defined and pronounced, whose nose are not as broad so they can smell up the earth. They want their children to look a certain kind of way so that they can assimilate and have a better life. Have a better life. So yeah, at one time.
Some people believe that that the person have to come looking like white people for us to even follow them.
Well, yeah, look at the basis of our religion. I don't care what you can look at. The blackest of the blackest religion, and the source will not look like me and you. They will not be melanated. Which I'm talking about from the Moors on down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michelle said they're brainwashed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, they definitely brainwashed. And for me, I'm to the point, I don't want to deal with y'all. If y'all confused on if y'all Black or not, go over there and figure it out. Get out my face. That's where I'm at. I'm not trying to convince nobody of their Blackness, of their wealth, of their beauty. Get on over there, and especially grown people. Get your ass over that way and go on. I ain't got the time.
You know what's funny? It's funny to watch Black people attempt to tell you that you're Indian. I'm like, you could be mixed with Indian, but I'm not. My ancestors came on here on ships.
And you notice they always name the same. They always say they from the same tribes.
Yeah.
They say Cherokee. That's usually the main one. What other tribes? Tribe you from? Where's your reservation? Shut up. Black people. We want to be everything but Black.
But that's the beauty of the white man. The white man will let you know you Black.
Islands don't want to say they Black from the island. It be black people from the islands that's darker than me and be like, oh no, I'm not black. Well, what the you just black from that island. We see people sick.
Oh
I would
shit.
love to see you guys do this on TikTok. Y'all know I have
Oh
never
yeah,
been on
I haven't
TikTok.
figured that out yet.
I have never been on TikTok. I'm gonna have to, yeah.
I love TikTok. I'll be on TikTok
Yeah, I
all the
know.
time, so I'm gonna figure that
Send me
out.
all the
Like,
clips.
I'm definitely
Michelle,
gonna
where are
figure
you
out the
watching
TikTok.
from? If you
Sacramento,
don't
I
mind me
know
asking.
that's my girl
Oh,
right
okay,
there.
I don't know who she is.
She hella
Just curious.
cool.
Yeah, I think this is great though. I think it's time if we have more people that stood up, you know, and told people get the hell out of here. We ain't, we taking our resources back. Did you get the thing I sent you about the nonprofits in Sacramento?
No, what?
Hold on, because I had went to a meeting last week and there were some nonprofits, that I have never heard of, but they said they've been doing work for years and I've been in Sacramento for years, but um. They were complaining about there not being enough money for nonprofits. I'm going to send it to you right now so you can put it up on
Wait,
this thing.
so I can pull it up. Please send it.
Yeah, and then I'll read it because because I'm like,
Yeah,
no, we
read it.
don't need to give out no more money. Wait till you see how much money these nonprofits get in Sacramento, and then we got some begging for more money, but they ain't really doing shit. So what are we giving you money for? You want it through Messenger or text? What you want it through?
A new messenger because that way I can pull it up
Okay,
quicker.
it's coming to you. I'm about to send it to you right now because this is crazy. After I came out to meet, because people that was in there, I've heard, I've seen them at other meetings begging for money. I've never really seen them do works, so I was just curious. I came home just to see, and look at all the money that goes out of tech. This is
You sent it out. There it is. All right.
yeah,
I'm about to share it and then you can read it. Khadijah, hold on.
yeah,
Hold
because
on.
I just hear all these different nonprofits. Usually the nonprofits that are doing the work ain't begging because they're busy. There are 12,973 organizations in the greater Sacramento area, including the cities of Sacramento, Folsom, Rancho Cordova, Roseville, and West Sacramento. Combined, these Sacramento metro nonprofits employ 148,706 people, earn more than 31 billion in revenue each year, and have assets of 67 billion. So I'm in this meeting and I'm hearing the same people all the time almost trying to strong arm the government to give them funding. Well, we don't have enough funding for nonprofits. So, I pulled this up. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And
So where do you think this money go? Like who's getting the money?
I
Because
think the money is
I don't
going
see
to,
no 31 billion in nonprofit money. I don't.
I think the money, it may not even, see, nonprofits also churches. Nonprofits are different school programs. Those are, because even our band is a nonprofit. My son's marching band, they have a 501c3.
Got
So
you.
people just think it's people that work in the community. That's one small portion of nonprofits.
All right.
But the churches, um, the different community sports leagues, marching bands for the schools, all of those are nonprofits. So my thing would be everything that needs to be done along the is usually already something in place, but everybody wants to start. It's like everybody wanted to let's build a nonprofit in 2020 or 18. It's like it became the world of the nonprofits. No, not very many for profits, but it's like people saw that as a come up, and so everybody became nonprofits that was going to change the world. But they're not really doing shit. You know what I'm saying? They just want the funding. But this right here, yeah, and yeah, nonprofits is just not the little mom and pop. This is not like nonprofits. We got to remember churches are nonprofits. 31 billion, y'all.
I think a lot
31
of
billion.
people left corporate America and they got out of corporate America and came to the nonprofit sector.
Mm-hmm.
Because I met a lot of corporate people and I'm like, what are you doing in nonprofits? It's like this is money here. And we don't really have to, and we really don't have to have no results. So you work in the corporate world, you have to show your profit, or else you ain't gonna get paid. Or you're gonna be let go. And so, what's better profit than Black people killing each other? Black people having all kind of health disparities. Black people killing each other up. That's money. Dead Black people is always money. Your baby's dying. That's always money. Black women dying in childbirth.
That's big
always
business.
Money. Child abuse.
That's
big business. Homelessness. That's big business. You not being able to think for your goddamn self. That's definitely big business. We could pass you around like a party joint. Everybody can get a puff and get paid. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Very true.
I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's kind of big business. I don't see organizations that's helping people buy homes. I ain't found one yet, Khadijah. Haven't found
You
one.
probably won't.
But you'll find a whole bunch
You
of
probably won't.
nonprofits that help you get a hotel voucher.
That's
You
deep.
know, I ain't never seen one that said, "Let's come up with home ownership for single moms," because we know she gonna be, she gonna need housing at least for the next 18 years with her children. No, that's just treat her like a wet food stamp and get her a hotel voucher, and she have to keep coming back to us. We don't want to sustain this person. We don't want to stabilize her family and teach her how to have generational wealth. Let's not do that because we really don't think that much of these niggas.
And if they're not going to, because a lot of these nonprofits, not even a lot of some businesses are nonprofit. What nonprofits usually?
They're mostly
They
non-right.
are in the business to keep people with defects and problems and trauma so they can continue to have a business. If they really taught each person how to do that, their nonprofit would be obsolete because they only deal with people who have disparities and problems. So if they really came in and fixed the problem, they wouldn't have the nonprofit anymore. So they're not ever going to teach that.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's no nonprofits to teach you how to clean up your credit and do home ownership and all that kind of stuff, but they'll give you a hotel voucher. They'll show you how to sign up for EBT. They'll help you get all the resources. You know what I'm saying? One nonprofit, and I gotta shout my girl out right quick, is Hope, Nikki Whiteside. My girl got helping our people eat. She got some people, some black people, and I was so proud to be. You know how they have the construction, they hold the flags. They
Yes.
went through the class. That's money. And usually go out there, you see Hispanics, and they bring one on, they bring them all on. My
Right
girl
on.
Nikki Whiteside, she bringing it to our people. Where
That's
we
right.
can get into construction and do stuff. But yeah, she's teaching them how to eat. She's not saying y'all go sign up for this class and get a voucher. No, get the certificate, get this car so y'all can be out there doing construction, making money like everybody else. She's teaching that hers is hope, helping our people eat. And that's what she's doing by giving them a trade, a skill to get out there and make some money. See, we said a lot about. I'm not knocking college, trust me, because college is needed. We need, some people need college, but we were so fixed on sending our people to college that we stopped having laborers and people that had trades. And then we get mad. We look at the construction sites and it's all Hispanics because y'all didn't want to do no more handwork.
Mm.
Construction, they're gonna always build. You see all these neighborhoods developing, they're gonna always need somebody to build something, to do plumbing, to do the sheetrock, to build the foundation, to lay the cement. But we got everybody thinking that we can only make money or obtain success by having a degree and then begging somebody to employ us. When she's showing them,
Ooh.
you get in the construction field and build your own shit and have your own business and keep it pushing. But we have a condition in our children: if you don't go to college, you're not a success. And I know people that went to college and they work at Burger King. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just, it's a million people that's
It's
going to
the
college
lie.
getting that same degree
It's
you
the
have.
lie, Khadijah. It's a lie. All of it is a lie. It's a lie. We pushed the narrative that we knew wasn't true. We pushed the narrative that we didn't even live. If my mother was poor growing up or struggled, you know what I mean? But she still sustained her family and she gave us good moral values. So whether if we got a degree or not, we knew how to care for ourselves. How can you obtain something that the white man set up and he's never going to relinquish being the boss of? But you don't have enough courage to go for self. Your ancestors did when they had their black towns, when they had their own businesses, when they tried to have their own communities. What was you gonna say?
I was saying because it was at one time we had to have it because we couldn't go to theirs because we are able to frequent the places they frequent. We feel like we've made it, so people have stopped building their own. They're stopped doing for self. They're doing for others. Let's not do for self no more. It's do for others. It's not for self. And so
And it's
that's
like,
yeah, it's weird, but it is what
black
it
people
is.
are afraid to gather with their own.
But
Now
who is
I'll be
our own?
honest. Yeah, I'm gonna say, and I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm a little leery, though I love black people. I don't like niggas. Love black folks. I don't like niggas. Niggas want to collaborate with you and do no fucking work. That's a nigga. You look really good on paper, but if somebody asks you to print up a flyer and go take it to the school, you can't do that because you know you're educated, so you think that's somebody else's fucking job. But then get
Nobody
mad
wants
when
to
you
do
look
grunt
up
work.
and it's a whole bunch of white and Latinos working in a place that was designed for black people. But because y'all not good workers. Y'all bring all your problems to work. Like, who the fuck want to hear about your problems at home when you're at work trying to build something?
I
All
was
of us
just
got
telling a friend of
issues.
mine. I was just telling a friend of mine, about work, and she was, my employers don't understand that it's hard. Baby, that's a job. You go to your friends and vent about your money problems and your backaches and your boyfriend breakups. Your job don't want to hear that shit. That's work. We have to separate professional from personal. And so, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like, it's, yeah. I don't know. We've lost
Somebody
touch.
told these I don't even want to say it's just this generation because I met motherfuckers my age that I'd be like, fuck you been at? Like, was you not around in the 70s and 70s and 80s and 90s? Weren't you around people from the previous eras and those eras? I don't remember hearing my mom complain about work, and she worked hard as shit. I never remember hearing my mom complain about her damn job, except for when some niggas try to run her over because they were trying to cross the picket line. But that's a whole nother story, and I'm still respectful to that person to this day because she about 80-something years old. With a husband and everything else. And my mom was a single woman, and she would stand up for herself. No, they're that serious. All of that is
No, I'm just humming.
All of that is about a person's character. Here, my mom was a single black woman, even though she was married. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get better wages and working conditions for her and her,
co-workers,
workers or whatever. And then this person going to cross the picket line, married. You know what I'm saying?
With a supportive husband, didn't even really need the job.
Yeah, right. But she tried to run my mama over on the picket line. And I see it to this day, and I'm very nice to her. But in my mind, I'd be like, it's bitches like you why we're so far behind. Because you want to help white people because you want to go make fucking $4.50 an hour. You know,
not to mention all the children she produced for the penal system. But let's move on.
Okay, but I'm just saying. So sometimes we be thinking about the nigga in the street that's trifling or the nigga that's smoking all day or whatever. But I'm talking about people who, in their way, help white supremacy.
Absolutely.
Because she could have not crossed the picket line. I have been places where people were picketing, and when I said, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to go in there." I could have been like, "Bitch, I gotta go to CVS. I gotta go." You know, I'm not going to Walmart that day, and I love Walmart. But I'm not going today because they're picketing because they're trying to get, you know what I mean? Like,
you have to stand for something to fall for anything. Absolutely.
Like, so people see it, they think you forgot about this. Like, move closer. I know who you is, nigga. You didn't change. I know who you is. My mama never produced daughters that got on welfare. Ever. None of us have ever been on welfare. Let's just be honest.
Thank God.
You understand what I'm saying?
Thank God.
But my married single mother.
Yep.
Always taught us to be moral and take the morality part of this. You know? Never.
Absolutely. She always instilled morals and good work ethics.
Yeah.
It was all about character. Character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
Right.
That's integrity and character. And so we tried to, absolutely.
And when I hear people act like because you don't do immoral things, like you bad, like something wrong with you, because you don't like, say, trifling low life motherfuckers, they think something's wrong with you because, you know, I don't necessarily believe in restorative justice because motherfucker, you ain't even admit that you even did some shit to me. So how the fuck we gonna restore some shit? You ain't even admit that you fucked up. Like, am I tripping? You act like the shit is hard. It ain't hard to have morals. You know how much work you got to do to grovel and sit there all day and smoke all motherfucking day. You know how fucking hard that is to do? You get tired after 10 fucking minutes. Like, how hard is that?
Oh God.
No, they're that serious. I've known people where all of them was on welfare and all these motherfuckers did was watch the stories. This is when I was a teenager. And I was saying to myself, I'm never going to be like these bitches, ever. But when the nighttime came, they pay somebody like $5 so they can go to fucking touch a class, which had no class.
I used to clean up I used to clean up babysitting back in the day.
Girl.
Bring all the kids. I charge y'all $20 for the night. Got to feed your kid. I used to clean up because I was about my
You
money
know what
back
I'm
then.
saying?
I watched everybody kids. Hell yeah, I remember.
Ain't
I'm
that
there
worse
going to Hawaiian
than
Nine, Touch
somebody?
Class, Murphs, all them clubs.
Ain't that worse than somebody inboxing you because they think they're about to be homeless, and you go to their fucking Facebook page and they motherfucking living their best motherfucking life. And then when I point this shit out, they gonna tell me Facebook not real. I get the fuck out of here. If it ain't real, why you spend so much time making this shit look like a fantasy? This that shit though. Like
Ain't nothing worse
sometimes
than
when people
somebody
be
owing
nice
you
to
money
you,
and then they ain't nothing worse than somebody owing you money and then they say they got it and then you look up and they had a fucking dinner spending $200. What? Let's talk about that.
no, let me tell you
Don't
something.
shoot the straight devil.
People be thinking your ass is asleep because you ain't said nothing. They be thinking, oh, she's so
All
nice.
closed eyes ain't sleep, baby.
Look,
All closed eyes
hey,
are not sleep.
I wish people have the blurb on the top, just so if they do to look like
The little
you would
pink
know
bubble.
that's like this bitch think I'm crazy. Who the fuck this bitch? I love it when quiet old people be like, look here, little motherfucker, and they start reading. I'm like, oh shit, I thought that. Oh my god, I ain't never heard
I
her
didn't know
cuss
she knew
before.
that.
Sometimes you need that because you think everybody is stupid. You think everybody is asleep. You think that you got over. That's the thing. You thought you got over. But you know how you know you don't get over? When you come for the next time and they be like, I ain't got it, boo-boo. It's real fucked up when you tell people, do you know every time you talk about me to somebody, I go back and tell the person you were talking about? And you've been in their face all of this time and they already know, they already got your number.
That'll mess the game up.
People really think they be juggling people. They really think they like, I'm gonna keep this one away from this one. And this is a strategy I learned when I worked at the Birthing Project. And somebody thought they was telling me about how trifling white people were. But the white girl, me and her ended up being like this. Shout out to Kara. And she didn't even know that me and Kara would go to fucking lunch and tell each other about all the shit that she had said about each other. And then one day, this is when the shit got deep. One day, the white girl looked up on the woman. And you know that scared the shit out of her because she wasn't about that life. She just used black as credibility, but she really wasn't from the street. So when the white girl looked up on her, you know what I mean?
You better say it again, cousin. We is not sleeping, right?
Well, people will swear you snoring though. They be thinking you got over. And so I never forgot that sometimes people will go tell people that you've been talking shit about them, and then you be in the person's face and they already know, fool. They looking at you like, this bitch must really think I'm asleep. She must really think I'm dumb. Like for real. You really think you're doing community service work? Bitch, you is a community service work.
Like I got your whole card.
Yeah. I got you, boo.
Peeped your whole card.
But you think you doing something for me. Like when you don't want to mention something that you know is happening, like you trying to act like you ain't in it, but you in it on the other side. Bitch, go on somewhere. I already know you in it because it is not your character to not say nothing. You ever hear somebody give somebody kids advice about how they should handle, say, like they dad or something? And it's like, nigga, you don't even know they dad. But you want to act like you jumping in with the cape, gonna save somebody. But you don't even know you can't. You should be telling the little girl the truth about her trifling ass self. This ain't got nothing to do with your parents because now you grown. When you get up to me, when you get over 20, all the mistakes are clearly yours. Don't be blaming your parents. My parents didn't buy me a car when I was in school. They didn't come to my baseball game. You know, bitch, like, get your ass out of here. You fucking 25 years old. You fucking 26. You still afraid of the dark and shit. You still sleeping with the lights on in the motherfucker. That's because you're a goddamn demon. That's why you can't cut the motherfucking lights off. Because you think the devil will talk about your ass. Y'all know I ain't lying. People be so damn wicked, but then they want to act like they're an angel. But you be afraid of the fucking dark. That's because you're afraid of yourself. You're afraid of you. I ain't never met.
Some people don't like to fall asleep because they got to be alone with their own thoughts.
That's why.
So it's better to put the facade out that you know something's going on because you don't really want to be alone with yourself and be accountable and have your own thoughts. Because, yeah,
I hate when people offer me advice and you be looking at the person like, really now? Are you serious? Are you offering me advice on some basic shit? Seriously?
You know what you do? I just, oh, wow, thanks, and keep it pushing. See, advice is just like opinions. Everybody got one. Sometimes the shit is unsolicited, and sometimes it won't do you any good. Sometimes it might hit home. People that I just listen and keep it pushing.
Khadijah, sometimes this is my honest to God truth. I'm going like this. As I get older, it's really hard for me to hold the face because all of a sudden I'll be like, and I don't even realize my head just went like this, and my eyes is like, and the blurb will be like, nigga, please. Like that would be the blurb if a blurb came
You work
up.
for UPS, that's what you sound
Look,
like.
I hate this is something else I hate. I guess I'm
Well,
on
you know, I used to get in trouble for my face expressions. Remember, fix your face, and I just my face, I can't even hide it. They be the ones with all the answers, and life is crazy. Oh, cousin, you ain't never lied. That's the y'all.
I passed out. You hear me? I passed out. I'm gonna do it again.
That's like, you know, I can't stand you. That's like you go to a psychiatrist and they be having the most fucking mental health issues, and they in there trying to tell you to work on yours. Then you know their whole story. Yeah, you ain't never lied.
You be like, you got the wrong. That's how I think they look. Somebody said the easiest degree to get is the psychologist degree. That's the easiest one you can get.
I'm telling you, psychologists be some of the crazy ones.
Yeah, my game face is bad. My game face is bad. Like it's embarrassing bad, but it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll get this last thing. I forgot I'm gonna go. I feel like this is. I don't give a fuck. So you know how you say if you dating somebody, right? And y'all, the person said y'all was dating for 5 years. I don't know, motherfucker, maybe 2.5 years. I don't know how the fuck we got to 5. I know we was clearly.
There was someone love that it. There was someone love that it felt long. I felt like I've been with you for a lifetime.
No, yeah, no.
That's some good game.
Okay, so hold on.
Some good game.
So a motherfucker will ask you to express yourself, like, how you feeling today? There was a part of me that wanted to say, oh, I'm fine. And then the motherfucker tell me, he really tell me how he felt today. If his toe was hurting, if his grown ass kids got on his nerves, you know, if the nigga lost any weight, like he would really. But if I shared how I felt, it's pitting him down. Nigga, you asked me how I felt today.
And this time to really put him down and away from your ass.
Look here.
I can't express myself.
So today, hold on.
If I can't express myself, it's time to say deuces.
Look at these. Look, I was getting ready to, because even if I start talking,
you want to share this on this live?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because I'm done with it.
Go ahead.
I'm done with it. So if I start like if I start talking about how I'll talk about the plans for myself. Let me tell you where the breakdown came for me. Like where the eyes became so open, is like I can't shed them now. Like I was pitting up with your ass, you was paying for everything. We can go out to eat and shit like that. But we couldn't do much together because nigga, all he could do was walk to the restaurant. We couldn't do shit else together. You can't plan no trips with the motherfucker. He need a cane. He trying to lose weight, but the nigga eat big ass meals, like big ass. No, dead ass serious. Like I felt like Londa, what is you picking yourself? Like what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Like hold on, right?
Okay, let me ask you this. Hold
on. I gotta say this part.
I got a question.
Okay. Listen. So
finish your part. I got a question.
So days before I had talked about, hey, as I'm getting healed more, I can't wait to go to Africa. I ain't been in a while. You know, I have peoples over there and blah 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 blah. This motherfucker was like, yeah, maybe I'll go with you. I act like I didn't hear that part. So days later, when I talked about how I want to get myself together, what I want to do with my house, blah 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 blah, this motherfucker gonna tell me all of your plans didn't include me. And the day before you was talking about going to Africa and taking me with you. I said, I never fucking said I was taking you to Africa. Why would I take a motherfucker from Africa to Africa? Like you are an immigrant from Africa. You've been here for 40 years. But you know what I mean? How the fuck you gonna be mad at me because none of my plans include you? Because you know what? You're a grown-ass nigga. You retire. You got grown-ass kids. You run after all the fucking time. You complain about fucking bullshit. You complain about not having your yard raked up and your grown-ass son with you. Like, nigga. Like, I was like, after he talked about how I hurt his feelings, I said, you know what? I think we could just be friends. Because, you know, I got to end on the friend shit. When I hung up with that nigga this morning, I blocked his ass. I erased him from my phone. Like the nigga was a bad memory. I was like, I can't deal with all ass niggas who looking for a fucking nurse. He looking for a nurse as a wife though, because I'm not cleaning your fucking house.
You need a nurse.
One day you're gonna say to me, you help me clean my house. No, nigga, you to hire some professionals to come in here and clean this motherfucking.
Do he know that
like
you
a
used
hoarder
to
in
hire
this
a maid?
bitch.
Like he know, yeah, he know he
I'm
didn't know
not, I
what
may
woman
be
was.
I may be a big black woman, but I will not clean your motherfucker. I never clean
And
no
you
man.
hire maids. Like you don't like, okay, question. So you said 2.5 years. He said it was 5. What attracted you to him to begin with? What was the attraction?
First it wasn't. That's a good ass question. Because first of all, I was like, oh, he's an older gentleman. He kind of reminded me of my dad, to be honest with you, because he cool as shit. But if we would go out, the nigga would take the tab. Okay, cool. I was going out to eat like every day with this nigga. It was no problem. Then I didn't know the nigga had a weight problem, but that's I didn't realize I was feeding the weight problem. But you know what I mean? Like, that's my fault. I didn't even realize that the nigga had a weight problem. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but then it was like, but this what got me. Like, oh, so here's the thing. He said it this morning. He said, you stop coming over my house. And I said, yeah, because I don't want to come to your house. It's just too fucking junky. He said, I come to your house. I said, first of all, I just came out of surgery. I ain't, I said, but see how you could come in my house and it's clear. You could sit at the fucking table when I make meals for you. You have made me one fucking meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always making meals.
Isn't that part of the African culture, though? Oh, I don't know. I've never been African, but aren't they
part of the African? See, here's the thing. African women.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, African women. I usually get 2 pieces of advice from African women from the continent. One is like, run. That's what they say. Nigga, you need to run. This, no. But I tell them that about African Americans sometimes. I'm like, girl, you ain't. The headache niggas that give you ain't ready for that. You better poison this nigga with some pee. Second thing they would tell me is that African men are very, very needy. Like, say if they came over and you made them meals, they would want you to sit at the table while they eat.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So here's my truth, Khadijah. I'm always very honest with men. I'm like, because people see a persona of you and they be in love with you because they want to be, I'm going to be the king of this queen who is known in her community.
I'm going to be stepping into Oprah. I got you.
Yeah. No, not here. I ain't Oprah. So I I'm not doing beard shit. Like saying, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was along the way, I was very clear with this nigga. Like when he said, I came inside, he's like, I want to, I said, look at this nigga's kitchen. Like, it was just like his grown ass son lived there. This nigga has a fucking degree from a 4-year university and can't hold a job. I'm like, this y'all ain't real Africans, because Africans, they kids be working because their parents will fucking beat their ass with some bamboo sticks. Like, bitch, I'm still paying up. No, dead ass serious, because the Africans I know, they and then their relatives will come and beat your ass. You understand what I'm saying? But it was just like, I don't know who this nigga thought I was. The other part, I would say shit like this. He got also see how I be talking to people. And I can own my shit. I'd be like, if I was a real African American, I would not be fucking with you. Because
if you was a real African American, you would have ganked him for his goddamn money. So he better be glad he didn't go get a little hood. Look, let
me tell you how I knew this nigga had issues. Seriously, when I really thought back on it. He has 2 Mercedes-Benz station wagons, right? They like 2001, 2005. Mercedes-Benz station wagon. Yeah, no, vans. Sorry, not say those vans. They got the vans, right? Hold on. He got the van. He got 2 of them now. They old as fuck. So then he's like, I'm going to. So his ex-wife, something happened. He had to settle with his ex-wife because she was tripping or whatever. I ain't even mad at the bitch. He was married twice. I said to myself, there's a reason why these women fucking robbed your ass. Like, there's a reason why they fucking robbed you. I don't think it was them. I think it was you. You see what I'm saying? But hold on. This nigga goes and buys a Mercedes 2-seated with the top that goes down.
It's called a Mercedes coupe convertible.
That's what he bought. But if you ever seen a big nigga inside of a Pinto, this nigga be like this in the motherfucker. But you can't, Nigerians, you can't make this shit up. And I'll be like, why the fuck? Why your big ass? You should have bought like a big ass truck. So I got a truck. Here's myself. Oh, this is another thing. We kept having these come to Jesus.
I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes and we moving on.
All right, look. This is all I got you, Khadijah. We would have these come to Jesus
Something,
meetings.
something is wrong with my sister.
Look,
She got me
we
crying.
would have these come to
2 more
Jesus
minutes. We
meetings.
moving on to another topic because I
Khadijah.
cannot.
One time I picked this fool up. We was getting ready to go eat out, so we gonna go eat. So I pick him up. You know how big my truck is. I got this is the car this nigga should have because he's a big nigga. So when he get my car, it's like luxury. He's like, oh, I can get with this. I said, then why the fuck you didn't buy this? Why you buy that little piece of shit over there? Why you buy that little ass coupe, nigga? You can get your leg in a half. You can get your body in half in that motherfucker. You in the passenger. You on the other side of your passenger, nigga. Like, so I was just like, God. And so you have to be careful when you say shit out your mouth because the universe will just show up on your ass. I was like, I can't go nowhere. Like one day he was here in my room. You know how my room is made. You can see the small house behind my house. And this nigga was talking about being together. Now this is why I know God I'm okay with myself. Like I'm so okay with myself. I look here.
Yeah, she said a Pinto. When the last time you seen a Pinto?
Somebody still got him. Somebody grandmama still driving around her with her 1978 Pinto. And the shit's in tip-top shape. Like, I hope she don't need a whole bunch of pieces to it. Khadijah, I was sitting in my room. He was over here talking to me like, oh, yeah. I think I was sitting on his lap in the big chair, whatever. And then he started talking about being together. And I had looked out the window to the small house and said to myself, I can live here forever. I'm not fucking marrying this big-ass fucking baby. This motherfucker got to have his cane. We walk 5 steps. My knees. Well, nigga, sit the fuck down. Then he bought a big ass bike that has 3 wheels on the motherfucker. 2 in the back, 1 in the front. They ain't gonna say, can we bike ride? Can we bike ride together? If you don't get the fuck out of here, I was like, why you don't want to
bike ride with him with the tricycle?
Tricycle. He has 2 of them. He said, I got 2. You will never catch me on some shit like that. Yeah. He said the shit like, he said the shit like, hey, this is the bike.
Hold on, Star said, LOR, if you get into a car accident, the fire department is going to have to cut your ass out that little.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This motherfucker, you have to see him. You have to see the motherfucker get out of it. That's
He's
like
6'5".
You have to be with somebody and you think to yourself,
it's a tricycle. Thank you, Michelle. It's a tricycle.
Yeah. You have to say it's a tricycle for big motherfuckers.
Let me mute.
It's big as shit. I've never met no man who had a tricycle. Never. No, see, I don't even know him. The last time I seen a tricycle,
I do see some grown men with tricycles. They usually part of like a little bike club. They have the lights on it. They be downtown, but they're not 6'9".
It has a basket on the motherfucker, like a basket, like the Wizard of Oz. The witch on that motherfucker.
Is the basket in the front or the back? Is the basket in the front or the back?
It's in the front. No, it's in the back. It's with the 2. It's in between the 2 big ass wheels.
Like that's where the music's supposed to go. That's a young person. That's a younger person bike, not really a senior citizen bike.
And here's the kicker. This is where sometimes sugar daddies don't always be sugar. Sometimes sometimes the sugar be melted and disappeared. Like
sugar get hard. Sometimes sugar get too hard. You can't use it.
Look, it's just sometimes he'll say shit and I be looking like he has a daughter. And his daughter, like,
please tell her to stop. I can't.
No, listen, I'm sorry. This is my therapy session. Fuck this. I'm gonna keep it all the way a blast. So his daughters get married. He promised his daughter $10,000. That's how we do shit differently. No, listen.
I hope he ain't watching this.
He be all right. I didn't say his name, so he be all right.
They be sour daddies.
Girl, I just got rid of a sour daddy.
Oh,
because his favorite line is, whatever you want, I want. You know what I mean? I'm like, bitch, get out of here. Listen. So his daughter,
I can't breathe.
Living like she has a master's, everything, living like a true Nigerian princess. I'm gonna keep it all but tells her dad that she's gonna need a little bit more money. He said, like, what? She's like $25,000. A little bit more is like 5,000. Do you know this fool complained to my ass about his daughter? I said, look, I really don't want to hear about your daughter's wedding. Like, it's this month. He complained how she spent all this extra money. And I was like, y'all Nigerians, you going to give your daughter whatever it is that she desire. That's when I knew, like, this is not nobody I could be planning shit with. Because y'all into flash and flare. I'm still building my life.
Gotcha.
You retired. You get up every day at noon and then complain that your back hurt and you tired and you can't ride your tricycle. Nigga, get your fucking ass out of here. I can't. And I'm like Londa. I look, y'all. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm really not. But the next dude, like because I know it'll be another time, whatever. Because I like older men.
I
I
got
like older men that
somebody to
still
hook.
got all their functions. No, seriously, I like older men that can drive up in
I'm
the car and
serious too.
actually
I
get
got
out.
somebody you need to go on a date with.
Yeah, I really
Hard
do. I
working
like.
brother, nice, cool, calm,
Yes,
chill, got his own everything.
I
You
think.
just have
I
not been
think I
single in a
can deal.
while.
I think I can almost deal with American men and their children, because one thing about American men, they will check their motherfucking kids. They not no suckers. They be like, nigga, I done raised you. You know what I mean? And now you're doing too much, whatever.
Get
You know,
on
they
and
know
do
how to do
something.
that.
Right.
But man, I look, y'all, I can
So are
really
you
write a
saying you would
book.
be open to? So are you saying you've been open to this blind date I set you up on?
No,
Once
I
you
want to
get all the.
I just broke with the man this morning. So
You don't trust me.
no, I trust you, but not right now because I just broke with this motherfucker this morning.
I said once you're done with all this, would you be willing to go on a blind date? You know I wouldn't do you wrong.
Khadijah,
You know you.
do you want me to tell them the story of when I asked you what somebody looked like and you told me that nigga was built like Brutus?
That was not me. That was Dottie. I didn't say that. She said he had a nice body and then he looked like Grimace. That wasn't me. I was laughing the entire time because I knew what he looked like.
Quick, hold on. Quick story. Just so you know, quick story. Met somebody, my whole family knew his ass. I never really met the dude. He said he seen me. I did not see him. He said, hey, let's meet up.
No, we got to know he was like,
hold on. I said, let's meet up and have something to eat. So we meets up downtown. Okay, listen. I didn't know my sisters were following us on the date. So I get to the so I asked the dude, like, describe yourself. Oh, I'm intelligent. So a nigga who brag a lot, meaning he got lots of fucking things wrong with him. So he brag, oh, I got this, I make this much money an hour. I do. Okay. So I get downtown to the restaurant. We meet there. And I was like, I sat down at the booth, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I feel like maybe I'm sweating a little bit. So as I walked to the bathroom, this nigga came in, and this motherfucker was built like Louis' dad. Now, y'all may not remember Louis the cartoon, but Louis' dad had like a big ass fucking top, like big to the motherfucker, big. And then his legs were real skinny. Right?
Shanda got a comment on here. That had me rolling. Dottie had us going. Thank you, Shanda. It was not me. I just went along. They was like, yeah, that was not me. I would have said something. Thank you, Shanda. That was Dottie's fault. I did not set that up. I did not set that up. Who's you gonna get the baby? Kobe's like we can't hear you. Rez, we can't hear you.
Khadijah, she looking right at me. Hi.
No, take the words off so we can see her.
Okay, sorry. Looking like CJ.
There goes her bar right there.
Turn towards the camera.
That's
hey, Lipster.
But
that was Dottie, but the others. Thank you, Shanda. Thank you, Shanda. Clear my name.
Look. So
all my blind dates turned out good.
But here's the real truth. The dude, look, after I realized I could not squeeze out the bathroom window, I had to go out and face the dude. Here's my clip.
Kobe got her Minister Farrakhan part on the side.
Yes, she do. But she's chilling right here. She looks so good. She's just looking at me right now.
Wonka.
Long story short, I ended up going out with the day. He got on my nerves about. He talked about himself. I mean, it was just like, oh my God. We went to a frat party. Dottie and them stayed at the frat party. You know, he tried to show a nigga off and everything. We gets back to the restaurant because I ended up driving. He gonna lean in like he getting ready to kiss me. And when I tell you, I put my hands up and said, "You have a good evening." I scurried out that parking lot. So don't tell me about no blind date. She
tried to sneak out the window. She tried to sneak out a half window, Shanda.
I did, but I was too big for the window. I don't know about y'all, but I've had some horrible. But I've only had one horrible blind date. But you know, it's like when the
that's why you should let me. When you get better in a couple of months, trust me.
I gotta pray, girl. I don't know if I'm up to date. Nobody else. I just couldn't do it. I just never met a dude who talks so much about all of his possessions. You know what I mean? Look at her.
Hey,
tell me this don't look like CJ. Tell me this don't look like CJ.
She looked like her mama and CJ, her daddy. She do so. Hi, mama. Londa. So we have some other topics on here this morning that you did not.
All right, let's speed through these damn topics because I don't know.
One was where the 50. Okay, we got some comments up here.
Okay.
I feel this shit. I'm trying to get my husband back 10K he gave me to move out. He won't leave me. Got myself into a pickle trying to get on the team. You ain't going no. Y'all like one of my favorite couples. So no, that ain't working.
Hey, work it out
I
with
like
them. Work it out with them.
that lot of they so chill. They like
Work
that.
it out.
They are a
So ain't
chill
shit,
couple.
ain't shit out here. And what kill me, it's like people be like I don't have no kids, none, but people be wanting a lot of stuff and they forget all the luggage they gave to other people. And then be mad when you don't want their luggage. It's like, dude, I don't do luggage.
Right.
Like, thank God people got their kids to keep them together and shit like that. Cause it ain't nothing for me. Like, girl, we gonna be friends, honey child. Like, I'll put you in the friend zone immediately. I will put you in the friend zone. I think everybody got a picture like this with some.
She got some milk coming out her mouth. She got a bit by her, a blanket.
Hold on. I got
little dribble coming out.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, the sea has dead fish. Stay with your man, boo.
Wait, Louis said fact.
Louis single. The sea has dead fish. Stay with your man, boo. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you this: what y'all think the answer is? Because I don't really want to be single, but I don't know if I'm really good at being a partner because I can't follow dumb motherfuckers. Like I want to blend in, but I can't follow dumb motherfuckers. I can't do it.
I think you probably was dating the wrong men. You know what I mean? Like I think sometimes we have an idea of what we want. You know what I mean? It may look a certain way. We may want certain things, and then when we get it, be like, oh, all the other shit that come with it. There's somebody out there that's equally yoked with you, that's your match, and you just ain't found them yet. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think your man is gonna be African from Africa. I do not. I can see, yes, yeah. I thank God for marriage. I'm not about this life out here. Me either.
Ooh, I feel you, cuz.
Yeah, I think your man is out there, but I think it's gonna be somebody that they're gonna like sweep. It's gonna be somebody you least expect. Was just shouting out. Well, hold on. Was just shouting you out to a sister, sending you love, dear sister.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think your mate is out there. I think Alana, that's your sister. You had a particular way of which you thought they were going to be. I'm serious. Like you know, particular from a particular place, particular mannerisms, particular. And I think you're going to get a complete opposite. That's what I think you're going to get. The opposite. Like your last relationship
that you became Jewish. I should have just became Jewish.
All the last relationship that you was in, that was to me seemed like was your equal equal thing. Role needs a leader who is open-minded and empathetic and also understands money management.
Yeah.
I don't know if it got to be a leader. She just needs a man who is secure within himself. Because her last dude wasn't really about the one she was to me. I think was her soulmate. It ain't me.
I agree.
He wasn't into leadership. He just was a
but
man.
He led very well.
But he didn't. You didn't know he was leading. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He didn't come in. I'm the leader of this. He just was himself. He was comfortable in himself, and he would lead without you knowing he was leading. See, that's a leader. A leader don't have to tell you I'm the head of the household. They mannerisms lead. That's why people talk about I don't want to submit to my husband. It's not a submission. If a man is playing his role, because I believe in gender roles. If a man is playing his gender role correctly, you will submit without knowing that you're submitting. Because there will be no need for you to object to him. There will be no need for you to fight him if he's doing what he has to do. You're going to naturally, just like a husband submits to his wife on certain things. It'll come natural if you're flowing. If a man got to tell you I'm the head of the household and I'm the leader and I run this, that ain't the man. He's probably not leading shit.
No, you're right. You right on that. You right on that. You know, I can just write
you can't be with a weak man. And a weak man, you cannot be with. See, a leader can also
be cussing him out every day.
Yeah, and that's not gonna work. Now the other person, I'm talking about. How many times you ever cussed him out when y'all was together?
Girl,
never.
No, never. And even when, and you talking about why, right? And every time we got into something, this is what I loved about him. When he said he was done with it, he never brought the shit back up. Mm-hmm. He never. He said that because if it's done, it's done.
Who he is, he's secure. He's
secure. He did not hold on to shit.
He's secure in who he is. He's secure in how he walks. He's secure in what he does. So he's not finna sit and argue with you. That's a man's man.
He never did that. He never ever did that. No, dead ass serious. Just even when we get in an argument, he would never.
And he also would cater to you like some men don't. Like he catered to you, where and it didn't make him less of a man. He just wanted to make sure his woman was good. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's your soulmate, in my opinion, or somebody of that like that. Yeah. But I don't know about these other people. When he coming back?
I don't know. I don't know when he coming back from Australia. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes.
Let me ask you this. Do you see yourself being with someone that is not African American or Black?
Most definitely they treat
Because
me
your
well.
man probably
I'm
gonna be from
sorry.
overseas, some goddamn where, from a little small village in, you know, a town. So
No,
seriously,
I
like,
do believe when people treat me right. I'm serious. I'm not.
yeah,
I mean, I love because I'm black. I love to date someone who is like me, but I don't want to date somebody who look like me and they not me. Like they don't love black people. They weak as fuck. They complain about everything. They be like, why won't you listen? Like fuck, nigga, get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. If you trust me, I'm the type of person. If you doing what you supposed to do, I'm gonna be on point. I'm
period.
gonna be on point. But nowadays, you get men, these motherfuckers be so damn damaged. See, they'll talk about women being damaged because you can see our stretch marks, or you can see they have a bunch of kids. No, men are damaged than a motherfucker. Some of them still suck on their mama's titty. So they, she in all their fucking business. I don't like moms like that. I really
Mhm.
don't. Listen, last night I was with a whole bunch of 25 to 28-year-olds. They let me hang out with their ass. It was funny as shit. So we were going back to the question. I said, what would you do if you, your man, and your mama was getting in the car? How would the seating arrangement go? Two of the girls was like, I'm sitting in the front seat. The other two girls like, in my tradition, the oldest person sit in the front, whatever. These are the shit. But then they talked about why they had their answers, which two of the girls didn't really have any elders in their life, so that's why they said we going in the front seat. Did you
You
get
only
that?
have the
It
respect
was
for it.
the
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
other girls were like, no, we came up in culture, and it really is about age. I said, I'm the type of person. I've been in the car before where I wanted to sit in the back with the kids because I wanted to play with the kids. So I didn't mind sitting in the back seat. I told you, I'm sitting in that front. I'm sitting in the back with these kids. Like I would do that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
But I feel like we have a lot of. I mean, they talked about a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of women really do like gender roles, but I think they don't like the abusiveness that people think accompanies it.
Hmm.
Like if a man got to tell you 50,000 times that he the head of the household because the Bible says so, this nigga is crazy. Because if that's what it is and we both believe, then you shouldn't have to tell me that.
You
That's like
got to.
having to remind your kid of shit. That's your child. But you should not have to remind them 50,000 times that you their parent.
I think black women have took on the role of companion and mother. We sometimes women act like they husband's mother. Like, I'm not, you're his mate. You're not his mother. And we've took on the role of, they leave their mama house and go to their woman house and they treat their woman like their mama.
Okay,
And
Khadijah.
I don't want to be I don't
No,
want to
that
be
makes sense.
a mother to my husband. Yeah. So we would have never been together if I had to be a mother to him. That's just not. I don't want to mother my man. That's
So
weird.
I have a question for you and anybody else on here that's married. How did you know you found the right person? Like, how did you know this person was going to be your husband? Like, seriously. Like, was it
I
like
didn't know.
years in
I didn't
or?
know. We was together. We was together. We had our child back in 2007. We've been dating since 2004. Had our child 2007. We didn't get married in 2021 because you remember, Londa. I was like, I'm not going to ever get married. So he had asked me multiple times, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. Because I knew for me, I was still in my independent woman mode. I had seen marriages fail before me, so I was not going to go through the heartache of having a husband and put my all into this nigga, and he do some stupid shit, and then I'm locked up because I'm loyal and I'm gonna fuck him up. So I was like,
Right.
let's not get married. And I always tell him, had we got
I can't
married when you
stand
asked
you.
me back in two, I'm just being honest. Had we
No,
got
that's real
married back
talk.
in 2007 and 2010, all them times you asked me, we would probably be divorced right now because I had some mental maturity I had to do as a woman where I thought I was, you know, I don't know even though I would have got married, I still thought I was the shit. So I thought I probably would try to boss him around and shit. You know what I mean? I had to mature to be able to have a husband as a helpmate. 'Cause I thought I could do it all myself. And I know at the time he wasn't ready to be married, because he
Right.
was still doing shit that a husband's not gonna do. And not like cheating, but just hanging out and stuff like that. So we had to both mature and be ready to be husband and wife. So when he asked
Right on.
me 2019, I think it was, I said, yeah, and that was years after we had been together. And we had
Mm.
separated, co-parented, and everything. Dated other people. We raised our son together, co-parented. I was always, go back and kick it, But
Right.
we wasn't together. And I don't think we would have been together had we got married when he asked. Because I personally, I had maturity to do as a woman. Because I had it in my head that men were a certain way because of things that I had seen and witnessed, and I was not finna be with it at all. So I
This
don't know.
baby.
I don't know if Star's still in here. I know our cousin Tanya married. I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah,
I just wonder when did
I
y'all
don't know.
know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when did y'all know? But Keisha, your story is that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like you met him back in 2004. Y'all had a son together in 2007. Y'all, together a little bit. Then y'all separated. Y'all dated other people, but you still co-parented. And then y'all found y'all way back to each other. And then y'all decided to get married. That to me is like, damn, you really got to know a person. You know what I'm saying? Which I think sometimes, see, I be feeling like I don't want to date without the intention of marriage. I don't want to date somebody I know there's no potential there. So I don't want to waste another goddamn second with you.
When my husband asked me to marry him, I thought he was playing, right? And
why?
Also, right? Yeah, why? Also, I think people don't take the time to court anybody anymore. People either go all the way in or they don't go at all. They get somebody and they've known for a month, and then in the 6 months they marry, and then in a year you discover, he's got a crack habit, or he don't manage money
Did
good.
you say a crack habit? I'm gonna bust your
I
ass.
get that from my Uncle Greg Mathis. But you just don't know because you don't take the time to court anybody. Star said, "Did I know? I just know. I said I am ready to be married, and if you are not here for that, we are wasting my time." He proposed to me on my 50th birthday. I know that's right.
All right.
Oh, he was like,
Yeah.
he knew a good thing. He wasn't letting you go nowhere. He said,
That's
"Hold
right.
on a minute."
That's right. Because I'll be like, damn, if you dating somebody and there's no potential there, then why am I fucking dating you? Like, why?
And when I'm around Star and her husband, I feel like that old school love, like the music, the way they interact with each other. It's like that old school love. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be together. Some people are together because they got a kid together, or who the fuck else want me? So they like ships passing, like they barely even talk to each other. You can feel the love when you're around them. You know what I mean? We had a child, and yes, we both had a lot growing up, and we had to do it together. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that courting, Khadijah. But most motherfuckers don't even know what that
courting.
word even mean anymore. Seriously, they be thinking that shit is like 1920.
Yeah.
And
they
be
think courting means sex. They think courting
No.
means we sleeping together. No, that just means you learning this person and you going, seeing what you like and dislike and all, what about them that's attractive to you besides the physical? If it's the physical, you know what I mean? So yeah, people don't court anymore. No real examples, but we weathered the storms of life. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Sometimes experience is the best teacher for me sometimes. Because if I would have went off of everybody else's example, I would not have married him. I'm dead ass serious. Everybody that immediately, except for one person maybe, and my immediate bloodline has been divorced. And so I was
several times.
Yes, yeah. Some have multiple marriages, and some people that's together, they together and they done been through some shit I'm not gonna divulge, but I would have left. I don't do physical. But some people weathered it and stayed together, but it just made some mistakes like crazy, going on 26 years. The 23rd of this is my
right on, cuz the anniversary. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know me, Khadijah. I did a show called Around Black Marriage, and two people on there that got a divorce.
It's just and to be honest, there
are
not a lot of couples to be around to nurture your couple situation. You know what I mean? Like there are so many. How can I put this? There are not a lot great examples of Black love and Black marriage in our communities where we can be around. There's not too many married women in my circle that I can call and be like, I got a question. Whatever. It's not too many. It's not as many of them as it was probably when our parents were married, because it was a common thing. Somebody get pregnant, you get married, and now it's very few people that are my age that are married or still married. Because they probably got married when they were younger. But the circle of healthy marriages is slim and far between. You know what I mean? Like it's some people that is just unhealthy, and I can't take no advice from you because you look miserable. You know what I mean? So I don't want to take advice from you. You've been married for 30 years, but you look like you've been married for 60. You look wore the hell out.
What do you do when you're around people who are married? I'm talking about women. Usually I don't have no problem with men. And the woman be so fucking bitter. Like everything she does is like lemons. And you like, why the fuck are you so bitter? Like y'all sleep like this every night?
I don't be around them. I'm very selective of who I spend my time with. I don't be around them. And sometimes I ask you, what's wrong with you? Like, are you mad? Because I ask people that. What's wrong? You see, you had a bad morning, or yeah. But I don't be around. It's just too late to be. And if you're with somebody and you unhappy and bitter, don't be with them. Shit, it's a norm. It's all kind of stuff you can do. Separations. I just don't want to be around nobody bitter. I done packed ready to leave in 1,000. He wasn't playing. We was going to get it right. I know that's right.
Yeah, most motherfuckers give up quickly.
Yeah.
They be like, because my homegirl who's single and got 2 baby daddies told me I ain't got to put up with this.
And she at the child support court crying because this nigga only give her $3 a week. See, people don't tell you that the other part. I'm just-
They just say
And I-
$3 a week. I'm gonna kick your ass.
People be acting like, yeah, because the man don't want to, because he ain't got no legit job on paper, so like he don't make shit. But people give the illusion that being a single mother or having, multiple children or having 8 baby daddies is a luxury and
You
cute.
got me over
That
here
shit
crying
is
about
not
that
cute and
$3.
they are miserable. Yeah, stay away from that negativity. You gotta go. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I tell you all the time, pick your own negativity backpack on, put that on yourself. Don't bring it over here. Because that shit is contagious. A cold is contagious. The flu is contagious. Negativity, bitter, haterism, all that shit is contagious. So if you hanging around a bunch of bitter bitches, you will be another bitter bitch. They will make you see problems in your husband ain't even there. Because the only thing they do is negativity. That part, that child support court.
Hey, when she said the person get $3,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They get kibbles and bits, but they'll make you think they living a life. Girl, you are paycheck to paycheck. They think single motherhood is a badge of honor. Yes.
Tear up on that one, Khadijah.
And at one time,
teared up on that one.
Being a single parent, it wasn't shunned upon, but it was kind of like, oh my goodness, it wasn't like proud. But I got another baby, daddy. I got another baby. People would go away down south some fucking where and then come back and they have a baby. Like, wait,
that's so true.
And the baby come back when they 13 years old or some shit because the grandma done raised them down.
And you think this is your niece or some shit, or
yeah, that's your niece and that's your mama, and you wonder why she keeps snapping at the older sister. That's really her goddamn mama. It ain't her, it ain't her sister. But yeah, it's and now they frown when young people want to get married. They frown upon the shit. You stupid as hell. I would not marry him. Well, shit, you just had 7 babies by him. He can't be your husband, but he can be your child's father. Seriously.
That's real talk.
Y'all sitting up here cohabitating, doing everything that married people do, living together, commingling your funds. House, both y'all name on the lease or the deed or whatever the hell y'all doing. You know what I mean? Y'all, but no marriage. Because that's a big commitment. As if sharing DNA is not a big commitment. As if birthing a child is not a big commitment. That's a bigger commitment. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox with that. But I just think it's crazy.
You preach it. The reason why we stand on this topic because I think people will talk about it.
In Black families. I still see Mexican people at the doctor's office with their baby daddy, with their husband. I see them with they be with their peoples. But we be in the goddamn doctor's office by ourselves while he hanging out with his homeboys and we taking the babies to the doctor. Where they do that at? So true, yup, but don't want to marry. I don't get it, cousin. I don't get it. Maybe they for me. That's why I feel like Michelle Obama, she reported in her interview with Oprah, she stayed mad at her husband for like 8 years. He gets on my nerves. I do need that support because I'm ready to bust him in the head sometimes. I just carry a well. Lately, getting out helps a lot. Oh, definitely. And Star, I think every relationship and marriage have ups and downs. You wouldn't that we're human. There's no way in the world we're gonna get along 100% of the time. It ain't no way possible. But if we do have to have outlets where we have to get away or take some time apart, especially when you together all the time, most definitely.
When you marry, do you share? When you married, do you share your frustrations with other people outside your marriage?
No. I'm not gonna say no. I do have some elders and some older, some married women. If I might feel like I'm doing too much, because sometimes I think I'm dramatic. I could be, I'm a Taurus and I'm bullheaded as hell. And when I get in my bag, I'm in my motherfucking bag. And so I will. I need to call my son here. I will get in my bag. And I need to talk to him about it, but it's some things I just don't share. I believe in-house should be in-house. What's in my house stays in my house. Now, I may go to somebody for a question or something because I may, need some advice or feel like I'm overreacting. You know what I mean? So when I'm tripping, they be like, yeah, you really tripping. Or they be like, well, look at it this way. So, yeah, some things I don't share the pertinent information, but some things I may get advice on, absolutely, I will ask.
I just thought about that. I just wonder, anybody out there's married too, do you share things in your marriage to people outside your marriage? It could be like your mother-in-law or your mom or just little shit that you're not going to hear again when they get mad at you and be like, I ain't going to tell your husband that you told me, I don't know, is he got his foot stuck in the drawer or some bullshit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being light, but I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like also a lot of, like, we have these shows called Married to Medicine and Real Housewives, but none of them motherfuckers give you advice on being married. None of those shows.
Not this one. Unplug the green one. And It's only like 2 people on there that are married. 2 or 3 people that's married domestic, like Atlanta Housewives. Who's married on there? Let me see. I don't think Sheree's not married. It's only like 1 or 2 people on there that's married.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. And we have to remember those are television shows,
I get
y'all.
it.
That ain't how the hell they living. That's when the cameras roll, they start rolling. That shit is TV. It's not
But
real.
I agree. I agree. But you know what's interesting? Goody? I watch a lot of Hallmark Channel shit.
Mhm.
It's another one, Hallmark, maybe a little Lifetime, whatever. And they spend a lot of money each year to do these romance kind of white girls and man, boy meet girl movies. And they always have like an older couple that's been married for 50 years, and then they're guiding them into meeting each other
Yep,
and then helping them plan a
absolutely.
Christmas
They
wedding. I
always
ain't
have
never seen no
love
black shit like
stories.
that. Huh?
They always have love stories
Yeah.
where they find a mate and they date and it's hormone. Always. Always. And I'm not bagging on black people because somebody has said this is you get on here and you bash black people, and then we're not bashing. We're just talking about our community because we can't always talk about the good shit and let
Or the ratchet
the
shit.
negative shit sit there, and that shit just keeps spewing out and it's spreading. It's contagious like a goddamn virus. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. My husband and I are there for each other. I love it. How many years have you been married, Michelle? If you don't mind me asking. I know, cousin, I think you said 26 years or 23 years in. A star, I know y'all been
26.
together for a while. I
The
know y'all been
23rd, they'll
26.
be. Oh, here come a big one, Khadijah.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay,
shut
what's up? This is Cheryl D right here. I used to be married to a man for 13 years who stayed depressed, medicated himself with marijuana. He never wanted to elevate himself, so I left with my 3 kids and chose to be a single parent. And let me tell you, that was the best decision for me and our children. Depression can cause a dark cloud, and I was determined to let my children grow in higher vibrations, even if I had to do it alone. Good job, ladies. Love y'all. Cheryl D. AK. Lemon head. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah.
I love
And
you,
I'm going
so
to tell you,
sure.
a 40.
They've been
Woo,
married
wait.
40 years.
What? Huh? Wait, say it again.
She looks really good too, Khadijah, for her age. She
Girl,
looks very good.
I'm looking at the picture. I thought she was
Black
like
on
12.
crack.
Wow. Yeah, Cheryl. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that because it is hard to pick up and leave when or to get out of something that you know is not good for your children. So thank you for being the exceptional mother that you are, and getting away
Yep.
so your children can have a chance at some happiness and some normalcy. So I appreciate that.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I appreciate
Me
that.
too.
Yep.
Me too. Yeah. Hold
Uh,
on. Here's the next one.
you have to work. You have to do work for y'all. We can get mad and share with a friend, but we let each other know. But our decision is never made about our life on who we share with someone. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now
Yeah.
that's the truth right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is the God honest truth. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap up, Khadijah, because we're getting ready to go on 1 o'clock.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up. But when we get next week, we gotta definitely. If I'm not next week, we gotta talk about the 14-year-old girl who was missing and then got shot and killed, and the mama never reported her missing. We have some topics to talk about. But yeah, we
We
wrap
do.
it on up.
Yeah, but that marriage thing, Khadijah, I thought that even though it came from out of my breaking up with this fool, but I just feel
Breaking
like that
up.
when something really
No,
be
but I
good, you just gotta run with it.
we got one. No, but I've
But
been. No, but I. Man, I have reached out to people I feel safe. We've been together 9 years, married 2, and some change. Absolutely, yeah, you got to feel people that you feel safe there, and also people that really have your best intention. I would not go to somebody who every time she talk is negative about somebody else shit or negative about her own shit. I would never ask. I could never go to you. It would got to be somebody that you feel safe with and who genuinely want the best for you. So yeah,
hold on, I
it
got a
can't just
couple
be
more questions
anybody,
before we hang up. I just gotta ask this questions, bro. Because since we talked about marriage, how important is the person's family to your marriage? Like each of y'all's family, how important is the family to your marriage? Is it important that you be in total good graces or
It's not important for me, only because they don't live in town, but it's important to keep the communication open. So I'm always sending things, stuff like that. But it wouldn't make or break my relationship because I'm married to the individual. And sometimes people, families be crazy as fuck. Like some of my family members, I probably wouldn't even want people to meet. I'm being honest. You know,
that's real talk?
you really can't have a relationship based on your interactions with their family. Unless, like you said, a mama's boy or some shit, I couldn't do that. But we cordial, but my relationship with the family it wouldn't make or break my relationship. It wouldn't
I just wonder how
damage
important.
or help it. You know. Because Tanya said yes, big intention.
Oh,
I
you
think
said
she said, but we took
you
it back
said there
down.
you go.
Yes, that intention is big, yeah. And I think your families are as important as the role you allow them to play. If you allow your family to come in and dictate your relationship and tell you what should be happening and what shouldn't be doing, and they know too much of your shit, it's not a good idea. So they only play a bigger role as you let them play in your relationship. My in-laws are still good friends with me till this day. They stayed in their lane. Exactly, but we love each other still after divorce. Yeah, exactly. It just depends,
That's what's up.
because you're marrying that person. You're not marrying his mama. You're not marrying his sister or his brother. So y'all got to be good and solid. And sometimes family can fuck your shit up. If you got siblings or relatives who ain't in good shit, they will try to come in and throw a monkey wrench in your shit and bring all kind of negativity and drama and gossip and invite old girlfriends over and all kind. It just be tacky shit. So it just depends. And some
What's that
in-laws,
about?
I knew somebody that was getting married the day before their wedding. The mama let the side chick come to the house to meet all the family that came out of town for the wedding. Messy ass fucking mama. So do I want to intertangle with that mama? No.
Real talk.
No, but I'm saying sometimes
You
family,
should have beat her ass though. But go ahead.
it's a double, it's a double-edged sword. Depends. If it's a messy ass family, then you just marry. Sometimes you luck up, and the family be chill. My in-laws are pretty chill for the most part. You know, pretty chill. They ain't messy, and the messy ones I stay away from. Yes, family is messy at times, and some yes,
No,
yep.
that's man. Oh, you got some comment.
One thing I will say is he checked his family about me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, gotta put him. Yeah, gotta do it. And some kids, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta,
Ooh, is it hard being married to somebody with adult children? That because that was one thing I knew was going to be a problem. His adult ass kids was going to get on my damn. It's getting on my nerves already.
No, it's good. It can be difficult at times, but you have to establish some boundaries, and you got to also remember people, children, been with them through all their past relationships, and so
Mm,
sometimes men don't. Some people don't always pick the best mate. That out here the fuck we go again. What this person gonna bring? You know what I mean? So you getting all the backlash from the other bad choices that they made. So some new boundaries have to be established. Some new relationships. It's my husband had 3 children, and we have one together. But those are my babies, my bonus babies. But it was a little difficult at first because his daughter was a daddy's girl, so she was kind of but we cool, we cool now. But yeah, it's not difficult if you're able to establish boundaries and if you're firm in yourself and you firm in who you are, it don't matter. It don't matter. But he also will put let his kids know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what
like
she
Star
said.
said, her
Check
man
your
had to check. You
family about
gotta
me.
boundaries are yeah, it's there. And those are your children, they're not your mate. You're not married to your children. They don't run my house.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Is there anything that would be a grounds a deal breaker on your in your marriage? Is there a deal breaker, or is like not really? Maybe time away, but not no deal breaker.
A deal breaker for me would be infidelity. I'm not doing it. We too fucking old to be cheating. You're not a young man who don't know how to control your penis. You 50 fucking 8. So
Oh
yes, that would be a
shit!
bye-bye. I'm being honest because we didn't marry when we were young. You know what I'm saying? So you should
That's
have
your
had all
fault.
the horn out your system. And I don't think that's a problem. But that's to be a deal breaker for me. I straight up. Not maybe
Anybody
divorced,
out there? What's the
but
deal breaker? Go ahead, Khadijah.
well, maybe not divorced, but we definitely living separately. Because I'm not divorcing you. I didn't put time in. I'm not, but that's definitely some, we're going to live separately. Cheating that produces children. That part, Cheryl. That part.
Well, I know some people who stay because
And
they
see
got to
that
be
that would
damned.
happen.
Go
That would
ahead.
go right along with cheating. See, I mean, you got to be cheating to have that baby. Bye bye. Too goddamn old to still not be able to control your goddamn hormones and control your urges.
And
Because
put a
at
condom
50
on.
something, yeah, and at 50, but what at 50 something, you should have had enough cootie cat in your life that nigga, you can be particular at this point. You're not a
Yeah.
raging person who hormones just came and you don't know how to control them. Nigga, control them hormones and get the fuck on. Periods. Periods. But my
Damn.
husband, you never say what nobody gonna do. But it took him a long time to you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, put the ring on this one because I
I
kept
feel
saying
about your
no,
husband the way I feel about Denzel. He do anything to Paulette, we gonna jump his ass.
straight up,
You know we all love
straight up.
Denzel Washington. Like we love your wife though. You leave her, we jumping your ass, Denzel. You getting
Yeah,
jumped.
Samuel Jackson too. You been with your wife
Yeah,
forever.
we jumping your ass, Samuel.
You better.
Believe that.
My husband big on that. His kids don't run nothing. We have 2 together, and he has 2. Exactly. Yeah, you got to be. There's got to be boundaries. Got to be boundaries. And kids are so goddamn territorial over their parents. Oh god. Woo, they are territorial, which is fine. It's good to be loved. It's good to be loved, but yeah, you just gotta. And People cannot bring their children into their business. Like I would never go share to my son something I want to your dad is irritating me and I'm gonna go share with my kids and your kids all up in your
Mm-mm.
business and shit. Like those are
No,
children. Even your adult children, they are children.
that's right.
So you should
That's
not be
right.
sharing shit with your adult children about your likes and dislikes and frustrations and wants and needs with your mate. Go get you
Yeah,
some grown friends. It should not be your goddamn children.
yeah, yeah. Cheryl said she with us with Denzel and Samuel
Right?
Jackson.
Straight up. Straight up.
Oh Lord, yeah. I just I
Are
don't
you
know.
rocking
Let's
Kobe?
not, huh? Yeah, cause she
You
sleep.
rocking Kobe? Yeah,
She
because the
yeah,
way you moving, I knew it.
she looks just like CJ. I'm sorry, they look like they
To
the same
you.
person.
To
Yeah,
you.
to me, they
Yeah,
look
because she looked
like the
like her
same.
mama when she's sitting up there.
And she was like with her eyes like now she sleep. But if I lay her down right now, she gonna wake her ass up. So now I got to sit
Y'all, she's
here
spoiled.
and um damn, I was about to ask you one more question in the marriage thing because I think we don't talk about marriage enough. I'm not trying to be funny. Like people, I've seen people talk about marriage from religious perspective, which motherfuckers that shit go right out the window when people lusting and shit. They don't remember none of the shit they had read in none of their holy books. They'll be like, sin is a sin, and now I'm being forgiven. Like, no,
One
dude,
thing,
go ahead.
me and my husband, regardless if we're angry, we never sleep apart. So we could have an argument before we go to bed. He gonna come get in his bed. We gonna cuddle up, and we might not speak again in the morning, and then until we talk about it. But we never not sleeping together because we're angry.
That's good.
Right? Keep kids in their place. I would tell my kids I am leaving. They will laugh and ask where you going. Where
That's
you
real
leaving
talk.
to the store, mom? Exactly.
Would you
Yeah.
go to the moon? I was like, my mom
Okay.
was always saying she going to the moon when she didn't let us know where she was going.
Mm-hmm.
She like, we going
Mm-hmm.
to the moon. I was like, why you can't ever say where you going? Oh my god.
Right.
I mean, of course I didn't say that, but I had to look
Hell
like
no,
that.
kids in the kids' place. Straight
Yeah.
up.
But most kids, I'm telling you,
Yeah, we stay in the same bed. Yeah, because a lot of times when you angry, one thing I've learned too, and that's just come with age though, even with people. When I'm angry now, I just kind of shut down. Then I come back. Because if I say what I'm thinking when I'm mad, boy, my tongue is like a knife. I will cut your ass up. And then it don't even my nose running, y'all. Sorry, just fan my
that's all.
face. It don't even be that serious. So I didn't even, if I would have just waited 10 minutes and calmed the hell down, I wouldn't have said all that shit that I wouldn't have spelled that venom off my tongue. So sometimes I gotta shut myself up and sit down and wait and respond. If I talk in my angry state, boy, it's horrible. I do the same thing with friends. I have to really, when my feelings is hurt and I'm mad at a friend, I got to just back up off you for a minute. Because I'll say some shit we never talk again.
How long do you think is necessary for you to hold on to things, or do you think people should let things go as fast as they can?
I think it depends on the situation and what we're letting go and holding on to. Some
Okay.
things are detrimental where you have to hold on to it till it's straightened out or until it's fixed, until it's rectified or whatever. Some things are not that serious. Let that shit go. Right? Yes, the mouth can be bad and can't take it back. I just shut up. Yeah, I have to. I have to. My mouth is too much sometimes, and I know that. So I shut up. But yeah, a lot of some things you can't hold on to. Some things you don't hold on to, but you do file it away. You don't have to necessarily have in the forefront, but it's filed away for future reference or for or to reflect back on. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got this already happened. Can't hold on to things. Some things you got to let go. Some things you need to hold on to as a reminder of not to do that shit no more, or as a reminder of where that led to the last time this happened. You know,
That's real talk.
right? I process and never make decisions when I'm in my feelings. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Because that's when we're emotional creatures, I can't even say that no more because I done came across some emotional
You
ass
know
men
my
recently.
work, Anisha. Get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, you know me. I have to tell people all the time. Oh,
I
that
can't
happened to
face
me.
it.
We broke up. They used to laugh, but seriously, like, yeah, I can't do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna be able to
Have you
do it.
ever been in a situation, maybe this is before your marriage, where you was with somebody and then you made all these announcements that you broke up, and then they can see your ass in the store, and it's like, oh, you back, huh? Did y'all
No,
ever had that
I
happen, or have
haven't.
y'all done that to somebody? Because I think I've done that to somebody before. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were still around, like in a joking way. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah, I've seen people be like, I'm done with him. Then you see him. Yeah, I've seen that before. That's why you just gotta shut up and stop putting your business out there. Just shut up. Sometimes some things have to be fixed first before you can just let it go. If it cuts too deep and not rectified, then it will constantly be reminded of the hurt and feel there is no remorse. Absolutely. That's why I said
That's
depends
real
on the
talk, Cheryl D.
on what it is. You can't, yeah, some shit you gotta keep in the forefront. You know, they always say if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So if you
That's
ain't
so
learned
cool.
something from it, you're doomed to repeat that. It's going to come back to you again until you learn from it. It's going to keep
That's
on
real
coming
powerful.
around till you learn your lesson.
How
This is my
important are
opinion.
your husband's friends to y'all marriage?
Not
Male,
at all.
his
A lot
male
of
friends.
I'm about to say I can't even answer that because I'm not a male, but for me, it's not important. You know what I'm saying? My husband's a loner though, so I can't even. He don't got friends like Terrence. He's a loner. Only person he really be with and talk to is my brother-in-law or my sister's mate. You know what I mean? He don't have guy friends like that, and he's not from Sacramento, so he's not. Yeah, he don't really have friends like that. You know?
We enjoyed you too, cuz. She said she
Yeah.
enjoyed us today. All
Hey,
right, y'all. We
cousin.
really
Yeah,
wrapping up.
enjoyed
This
you too.
baby is in here like about to start snoring. Hey, y'all, we gonna be back next week. Khadijah, don't hang up immediately. Let me shut us down.
Okay.
All right, family. We see y'all back next week. Thank y'all for supporting. This is a great discussion today. All right, family.